Hidden in the world are altars of reflection. Finding one inspires Atsu and unlocks a new ability to help her on the journey ahead. They are fun to find on their own, but for a quicker route, you can always buy a traveler's map from the cartographer. Ghost of Yotei isn't going to rush you through anything.
Like,
you can choose what motivates you most.
All right, awesome.
But we think the best way to
All right, what is going on, everyone? Sorry for being a little bit late, but you know, technical difficulties. If you've ever done anything with computers and everything in between, you know, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna run into some technical difficulties. But stream must go on because I got some stuff I want to talk about because I am super excited for Ghost of Yotei. But of course, as always, when it comes to things online, yeah, not everybody, which obviously, again, it's the internet. People flip out, they say one thing, but then in reality, they actually end up buying it or whatever the case is. So first, I will say this. I have to address this right off the bat. If you are somebody right now saying that Ghost of Yotei looks like a PS3 game or it doesn't look good, first off, get off your flimsy little phone and go watch it in actual good quality, not compressed YouTube 720p on your inky dinky little screen. I want you to watch it at full 4K, like you would play it on your console or on your PC. Although PC, most likely you're going to be playing in 1440p, but regardless, point still stands. Stop saying that something looks bad. It's the same thing that happened with Death Stranding 2 when we started seeing those trailers. And everyone's like, it doesn't look that good and everything. It's just like, hey, first off, get off your phone. Get off your phone and watch it. I'm sorry, but there is a reason that crappy compressed YouTube video plus on a tiny screen, yeah, is not going to look that good. So, do it. Okay? Just say that right now. Okay? Tangent. I know. But sometimes you gotta say some stuff. Okay? All right. Before I continue on though with this conversation, I just want to make sure that I am recording everything. Possibly need to be. Okay.
No.
So.
She's a lone wolf mercenary.
I can chat that real quick.
Every advantage,
Out.
every dirty
There we go. Okay.
to win a fight.
That. There. Good. Okay. All right. It has been quite some time, but we gotta talk about this. All right. So here we go. Ghost of Yotei. Yeah. It looks awesome. But hey, not really much of a big shocker if you enjoyed Ghost of Tsushima. But as with always, after the state of play happened and showed us about 20 minutes of gameplay, give or take, which was really cool. As always, people go online and you're gonna see just everyone saying their opinions, which I have to say right now, we're allowed to think whatever you want about this game. But if you see somebody who is, you know, excited about the game, okay, that's fine. If you're not excited for this game, and I have to say this for pretty much every single game I can possibly think of, go play something else. If this isn't for you, that's fine. Go off and play something else. Like, everyone is super happy with Death Stranding 2 right now. I wasn't the biggest fan of Death Stranding 1. Death Stranding 2 doesn't look like it's really doing much for me personally. I'm like, okay, go, have fun, guys. I'm gonna move on and play other games. That's all we're gonna do here. So, yeah. Anyway, I want to talk about Ghost of Yotei because it looks really, really fun. And I've been playing a ton of Ghost of Tsushima lately again to go back through the story, try to remember certain things. Because again, I played that game back in, when did Ghost of Tsushima come out? Like 2019, I want to say, or something like that. Maybe it was 2020. I don't remember. But regardless, it's been a while since I've been able to go through and play through the entire game. And luckily, with my PlayStation Portal, I've actually been able to do that. So this is not a plug. It's not a sponsored stream or anything like that. I'm just simply saying, for the people who don't like the PlayStation Portal, there is a reason it actually has sold very well, because it's literally a Wii U, you know, portable controller essentially for when people take the TV in your house or anything like that. But regardless, getting off topic here. Ghost of Yotei, we finally got the state of play from PlayStation, which was terribly baited at us during the one beforehand, which overall was a good state of play in my personal opinion, showing off tons of different games and everything. It wasn't the big first party bonanza I think that everyone likes and everything, but I thought it was a good one. But the thing I hated about it was when they showed us that like 20-second of, hey, Ghost of Yotei. Yeah, wait another month and then we will show you what's happening and everything. So wasn't the biggest fan of it. But Ghost of Yotei State of Play here. Got 20 minutes of solid gameplay. It was like, I guess technically 19 minutes in total, but a lot of it was some really cool gameplay and everything. Showed off, you know, some pre-order stuff with your typical marketing stuff. I'll say right now, the controller looks fine. The plates are kind of, in my personal opinion. But this right here, yeah. That is badass. I don't care what anyone says. That right there is cool. I love the standoff mode when it came to 1v1 in Ghost of Tsushima. And Ghost of Yotei's like, all right, you know what? We're going to do that. And you get an awesome wolf companion. And we're going to do double teams. Something like that. But again, I'm getting off topic here. Okay. So first off, like I said beforehand, if you are seeing this in video format, I said this at the very beginning of the stream because this is when we're talking about this right now. But by the way, feel free to let any comments come down and we'll talk about this stuff. But if you are one of those people online, and I saw plenty of these saying that this game looks bad, that it looks like a PS3 game, and it doesn't look any different from the PS4 game when Ghost of Tsushima originally launched. First off, get off your phone and watch this on a proper monitor or your 4K TV, which I know a lot of you guys have, because if you have a PlayStation 5 where this game is releasing, you are going to be playing this on a PlayStation 5, not watching it on a compressed YouTube video at 720 or 1080p. So get off of your phones and go watch it in good quality, because I swear every comment I've said that has seen that, and then later on they comment later saying, oh, so I just watched this on, you know, my Apple 4K TV, or I watched it on my monitor or whatever. Yeah, it actually looks really, really good. Gee, I wonder why. It's not like YouTube compresses videos or anything. Oh, wait, it totally does. You gotta hit that little gear symbol and increase it to 4K and watch it on a proper screen. Just saying. I'm not saying the game is amazing just based on that, and that you need to go spend $70 to $80 or however much this game is going to cost for you. But to say this game looks crap or there's no differences or anything, that is fundamentally wrong. So, had to get that tangent out of the way, because I've seen it way too often online, for then people didn't come back later and comment and say, I watched it properly the way it's supposed to be. Like a little kid kind of kicking at the ground at the rock, being like, I'm sorry I did this. Just go watch it properly, then come back, have a discussion. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And again, visuals don't mean you have to then go out and buy this game day one or anything like that. There are some stuff I'm going to talk about later on that I think are a little worrying based on what they told us in this state of play. But visually, both art, graphics, you name it, this game looks fantastic and shows what happens when you get to just put it onto the PlayStation 5. Same thing that happened with Spider-Man 2 in terms of things like the loading screens and everything like that. It shows what happens with Death Stranding 2, which looks absolutely amazing because they are not putting it on to older hardware. It is only for the PlayStation 5 right now, and eventually it will go to PC as well. And we already know that PCs can crank out more power than the PlayStation 5. So guess what? It's going to look even better depending on what your rig is. So, visually, artistically, and everything, this game looks absolutely amazing. But let's get away from the graphics and the art and everything like that, and let's talk about some of the stuff that a lot of other people are going to think is way more important, which is things like gameplay, story, setting, things like that. So, if you don't know, this game takes place 300 years after Ghost of Tsushima. Jin's story is done, and based on someone who's going through and playing through this, I think this is my third time playing through the game, going back and playing Ghost of Tsushima right now, going through Jin's story, and going through the DLC. There is that DLC, which is also combined with the director's cut of the game if you go out and buy it right now. Like, I think you can get Ghost of Tsushima online, like on Amazon for like $30 or something like that, which is the director's cut, which is also included with the PlayStation 5 version, or if you played on PS4. So, I personally, for me, that's still good. I think, heck, even the Steam Summer Sale right now, there's a Steam Summer Sale going on. You could probably go see if Ghost of Tsushima is on sale on PC. Probably is, would be my guess. But regardless, this game takes place 300 years afterwards. So, if you were hoping for more of Jin's story, sorry to disappoint, but they have come out and said that they're not trying to do sequels to just one character. They're trying to make Ghost of Tsushima, or sorry, I should say the ghost persona of these games, like its own thing. Now, that's not to say that maybe down the road, if Ghost of Yotei has more story to tell, maybe they do create a sequel to that. Or maybe they have Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei comes out, Ghost of Yotei is finished, and then Ghost of something else, because it's based on locations and all that stuff, then maybe that particular game gets a sequel to it. Kind of like a Ragnarok to God of War 2018 type of thing. But in terms of this story and setting, it's 300 years in the future. We are up in northern Japan. believe it's in Hokkaido. And it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be very different, obviously, right? Now, this is being kind of touted as a revenge type of story, so we'll have to wait and see what's gonna happen there. Because I can't lie that after having just recently played Assassin's Creed Shadows, that one particular little thing, revenge, shocker, I know, Assassin's Creed game and revenge and everything, it happens all the time, right? We'll have to wait and see what's gonna happen. They're obviously in very different settings. They're in different time periods, for one thing. And motivations are going to be very different, because we do know that obviously someone who is in the Assassin's Creed game, a lot of that is also going to try to tie back into the whole Creed thing, which I think the story took a backseat in terms of the assassin stuff in Assassin's Creed Shadows. But this is going to be tied also into her past and everything for the main character here. In fact, I believe it's just simply with the press of a button, you can go between present day in the game and also going into her past and everything. And then like the landscape and everything is supposedly changing very differently, which is really cool. I'm all for that. We'll have to wait and see exactly what that ties into gameplay wise, but so far looking pretty good. Now, the other thing they talked about, obviously with the setting, is that this is going to be an open world type of game, very similar to Ghost of Tsushima in terms of the fact that it's an open world. But Ghost of Tsushima had both really cool innovations in terms of open world stuff, but at the same time still had that kind of old school open world, not setting, but essentially how you maneuver around the world. You're opening the map a lot, and obviously Ghost of Tsushima had the whole wind system where you just simply swiped up on the touchpad and the wind would blow in a direction and it would kind of show you your next destination and everything. Unless you selected something differently on the map, then it would blow that way, which is really cool and everything. And then obviously if you see something off in the distance, then you would go off the beaten path and do all this stuff. This game is going to be looking more along the lines of things that we saw in like Elden Ring and other open world games that are not simply just a bunch of checkpoints and a bunch of markers on the map, essentially, at least according to them. We don't have the game yet, so we can't say. But one thing that has me worried, because it's not just this game, it's not even comparing it to Assassin's Creed or anything. We have seen this in a lot of games like this. Anytime we see something along the lines of you can go out into the open world and conquer anything that you want, however you want to do it, the story always takes a hit. Don't believe me? Look at Elden Ring. Look at Tears of the Kingdom. Look at Ghost of Tsushima. Look at Assassin's Creed Shadows. The story always takes a hit. That's not to say the story is crap or anything. It's not to say that the story is absolutely pure garbage, but it takes a hit from what we know the story could potentially be, because we see it like we kind of see it there. We're like, oh, this looks like a really cool thing, but it's either disjointed because you technically should have gone over here first to see this part of the story, and then this would have made more sense, but that's not necessarily the case here. And maybe you disagree with me in the comments. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine here. I'm just simply stating my own opinion, saying I am worried about the story based on how they are describing the open world. So if they have found a way that you can explore this open world however you want, but the story itself will not suffer or feel splintered or just in random pieces or anything like that, yeah, I would personally like to see that. So I'm going to hold off to see exactly what's going to happen there, but the story is definitely one part that has me worried. When it comes to the gameplay, though, the big thing that they're changing up essentially is that from Ghost of Tsushima, we saw that they had stances where Jin would either raise his sword above his head, have it out in front of him, have it like this essentially, and those different stances worked against different enemy types, so shields, spears, etc. Whereas in this game, the stances have now been turned to the different weapons you have. So we're talking a spear, we're talking dual blades, we're talking the giant samurai sword essentially that she pulls off her back and everything, which is really cool. So we're have to wait and see how that feels, because a lot of people were saying like, oh, it was very fluid and everything with the stances that we saw in Tsushima. But now here, it's like you're kind of just pulling a weapon out of nowhere. Well, we know that the big sword is going to be on her back, obviously. And I'm sure visually, maybe you won't see it until you actually switch over to it, but then it just kind of appears or whatever. We'll have to wait and see if that is a concern, if it works really well. I'm inclined to trust the developers here because they've had a really good track record, whether it was Infamous, whether it was the Ghost of Tsushima game, obviously going into this game now, and the games beforehand. For the most part, they've done extremely well for all their games. So I'm inclined to believe that they're going to do pretty well here. Things should change, obviously. We'll have to wait and see. But I think it should be really well. But the gameplay still looks extremely fluid. It's super fun, sneaking around, pulling people in, slicing people up, the whole 9 yards. I cannot wait to play more of this game. Because again, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima right now. And it's super fun just to simply play the game still. So if the 2019 or 2020 game is still working out very well, then I'm gonna guess that this one's gonna work out very well too, because it's literally the same team. So, and I'm assuming for the most part, a lot of the same developers from that old game. I say old as it's only 5 years old or 6 years old. It's most likely gonna work out pretty well here. So I'm not particularly too worried about the gameplay. In terms of the character, in terms of like this whole I gotta get revenge type of thing, again, we're going to have to wait and see how well they're going to dive into the character's background. How much are they going to delve into the character themselves? You know, is she only focused on getting revenge throughout the entire thing? Or is it going to start off with your typical, I need to get revenge, but then she slowly starts to see something else appear and everything? I mean, like with Jin, we know that he was simply trying to save his uncle and get the island back and everything. But then he starts to see, the whole like black and white thing with the samurai code and everything really starts to, blend. I mean, he literally becomes the ghost. And at the end of the game, spoiler if you haven't played it, I guess, he and his uncle hash it out essentially, because they're like, the uncle's still stuck in the old ways of the samurai, whereas Jin is like, yeah, actually, I've seen some things and all this kind of stuff. So we're going to have to wait and see exactly what's going to happen there. But again, I think it could be intriguing. Again, this does come back to my big concern, though, with how you're approaching the open world, which can make the story suffer. That I'm still concerned about. Not saying that it's automatically going to happen, it's going to be terrible or anything like that, but we'll have to wait and see. One thing I do think is really cool is the amount of enemy variety that they're having now. I mean, like you just saw in the little trailer there, that the guys are popping out of the snow. People can lose their weapons. You can technically lose your weapons, which is, definitely something you're going to be careful of. So, and you're also going to be switching up into different weapons, fighting certain bosses and everything, like your one-on-one fights and everything. So that I am definitely excited to see what they're going to do here. We know that she's definitely a rogue in terms of not being well liked by a good, decent chunk of the public. And, there's bounty boards and everything. So, we're just going to have to see how they handle this. I'm hoping they've looked at other games and been like, okay, this worked, this didn't. How do we put our own unique spin on it? Let's have to wait and see, though. But overall, I'm super excited when it comes to Ghost of Yotei. I am definitely playing it day one. We're definitely going to have some guys on the channel here, so make sure you follow us over at Direct Gaming. But, yeah, I'm excited. And again, if you have watched this on your phone in compressed YouTube formats, please go watch it proper 4K. Heck, even watch it at 1440p. Go watch it, and then you'll see that it actually does look really good. Again, I know visuals don't mean that the game is just automatically good and everything. You literally just heard me talking about my own personal concerns, what I'm excited about, what I'm concerned about. So, but anyone saying that this game looks like crap or it looks bad, just you're baiting. You are seriously baiting. So nobody give these people their time of day on the internet. Just don't. All right? Have genuine conversations with what's good and what is bad. Okay? But saying this game looks like crap, that's just plain wrong. Okay. Kojo, sorry, I was trying to just make a little point when it comes to the Ghost of Yotei stuff and everything. But is Final Fantasy 17 real or fan-made? Well, we know it's real. We know Final Fantasy 17 will be made.
They are fun to find on
It
their own.
will be made. I mean, we literally have 16 games, so 17 will eventually be made. But the big thing that this little interview with Yoshi P that came out, it was literally asked to him, is 17 gonna go back to turn-based? Which again is just a tired topic when it comes to anything within the Final Fantasy community, essentially. Turn-based, non-turn-based, action, non-action. Again, it's super tiring every single time I see it. I honestly just roll my eyes. Because the big thing when it comes to Final Fantasy, and not everyone's going to agree with this, I think a decent majority will, is that the thing that has always made Final Fantasy unique and fun to a lot of people, it's not just the combats. It's not just it being turn-based up until, what, 10? 10 was the last true turn-based, and then after that, then it really started to change everything. Heck, even 13 was changing it up in the ways they did it. And technically, it was not all turn-based. It was command action stuff. 7 and 8 were command action stuff where if you just sat there, the enemy still attacked you and everything. So remember that for a second. But in terms of 17 and will it go back to turn-based and everything like that, maybe they do, maybe they don't. I personally don't think they will, because again, the thing with Final Fantasy is that it has evolved over time where you're going to have people who like different games within the franchise itself, right? Even though it's numbered 1 up to 16 right now, it is not the same story going through the entire way. Every single game, unless stated otherwise, is a brand new game, right? 7 is different from 8. 3 is different from 13, and everything in between. Again, unless it's stated, like 13, for example, where you have 13.1, 13.2, and Lightning's Return, every game is different going forward. They have changed gameplay mechanics. They've changed story settings. They have changed how, the characters and everything, obviously. They've changed, even within the turn-based realm of the older games and everything, they have changed how certain systems work within that. Go and play 7, then go and play 9, and then go and play 8, for example. Yes, they are turn-based, but there are different mechanics that they implement or improve upon and change within those, that combat, essentially, like that, right? So again, if you're somebody who prefers the turn-based systems over the more action-heavy stuff that we've seen from 15, 16, and 7R, that's fine. I'm not saying you have to like the direction that Final Fantasy is going. You have the games that you've enjoyed in the past, and those can still be your favorite. There's a reason that a ton of people still love Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy IX, you name it. There's a reason for that. But just because the game is not made the way you want it to be, does not mean that the game is bad. This especially happened with Final Fantasy 16, where it is a very fast-paced action game, and people called it terrible because they simply call it the Devil May Cry Final Fantasy game. First off, that's a very oversimplified way of looking at it, in my personal opinion. The way I personally look at it is that Final Fantasy 16, yes, it was an action game, and it definitely, in my personal opinion, I personally think it could have used more RPG mechanics, because it was literally like, at the time you were using fire attacks against fire enemies, which is, weirder and all that kind of stuff. But the combat was slick. You got to use all the different summons and everything. And for everyone saying you just button mash the entire way through, you clearly did not actually use any of the summon abilities to actually take on your opponents. And you could just mollywop half the people sometimes. So yes, in the beginning, it definitely was just simply same combo over and over again with your sword and everything. But as with any game, you improve stuff. It almost kind of reminds me of the same people who called 7 Remake and Rebirth with its combat, saying that it's just hack and slash and everything. I'm like, dude, 7R and 7 Rebirth are not hack and slash games. Like, stop it. You should be utilizing the mana system and everything like that. 16, again, had its issues in terms of the RPG mechanics and everything. But to simply call it just, I'm going to hack away with my sword and everything the entire time, first off, those people were already caught playing on easy mode, and then also using some of these settings where it would just auto target and do all this stuff for you. So those people got called out long times ago and everything. Again, not to say that 16 has to be liked by everybody or that you are forced to like 16 if you are playing Final Fantasy. You don't have to. That's fine. If you truly don't like 16, that's fine. Move on and play another game and anything like that. And if turn-based is the one thing that you absolutely love in all your games, there are tons of turn-based games out there Now, they don't have the Final Fantasy name on them right now, but there are tons of turn-based games. So if the title of Final Fantasy is the one reason you are not going out and playing these other turn-based games, then I think that's another issue right there in terms of what you like and what you don't like. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but that's just a harsh reality, I think. Go out and play the new the Dragon Quest HD remake games that are coming out. Octopath Traveler 2. Obviously, the big one, Expedition 33 right now, which a lot of people are being like, see, Final Fantasy, you need to go back to turn-based and everything. Okay, first off, if they're just going to copy what Expedition 33 did, that's not going to work out the way you think it is. And Final Fantasy has never really done that or anything like that. And second of all, you know, when it comes to what Expedition 33 did, not to take away from it, but they took mechanics from other games of the past, including Final Fantasy, by the way, but also Mario RPG and some other things, and they melded it together to make their own unique system, which is great. That's, spoiler alert, what a lot of games do and everything. So, just saying. Also did not know about the interview. I want another Final Fantasy game more like the medieval like 16, and I like how 16 was more mature with blood and death, was nice. But a 10-ish style game for tones of 16 with darker tones, but action or turn-based, I'm up for either. Yeah, and that's the thing. So one thing that 16 did extremely well was that they stated that it brought in a bunch of new players, which Final Fantasy for a while has not done. A lot of that also unfortunately came down to how they handled 13 and especially 15 with that development hell that it was in and everything. Plus just with what's going on with current generation of gamers and everything, everyone going playing, you know, Call of Duty, Fortnite, Roblox, all that stuff, not spending money on big games, but spending on microtransactions instead. And a lot of people still looking at Final Fantasy 6 or Final Fantasy itself as the old dude game, essentially, or they see the number on it. And I still personally believe this. I'd have to see some data to be proven wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if seeing the number 16 or 15 on a game just does not have a lot of people going for the series, because they're like, I have to play 14 more games to get here, when in reality 1 is not the same as 7, 2 is not going to be the same as 15 or anything like that, right? So it's all based on what kind of game you like and everything, which is again is why doing your research so important. Just is. So but I definitely agree. I mean, if Final Fantasy 17 goes into, you know, some kind of turn-based system, that's cool. But I guarantee you it is not going to be just simply wait around turn-based mechanics that we've seen from the old days. Because guess what? Final Fantasy has always implemented and tried to make their own unique system within any game. Even back in the OG turn-based days and everything like that. So don't think it's just simply going to be turn-based sit there. Because guess what? That's what Dragon Quest is. If you went back and played Dragon Quest 3 HD2D Remake, that is literally turn-based right there, where you can sit there as long as you want and really plan stuff out and everything. But I mean, if you look at Expedition 33, you cannot play that game as a typical turn-based game where you can take hits, build up these big shields, and then just one-shot everything. You can do the one-shot stuff, absolutely, but it is not, playing Expedition 33 is not the same way that you would play something like Dragon Quest or the OG Final Fantasy games. Every one of those games, you got to approach them differently and everything. That's so, and I think a lot of people just like to just shout out that needs to go back to turn-based and everything, when in reality, that's not what Square looks at when it comes to how they make their games. Now, I'm not saying Square is perfect when it comes to making Final Fantasy games, just to be up clear and everything. They have a really bad tendency of, you know, bringing on completely new people to make the game, which I'm not saying bringing on new people is bad, but what they end up doing is that if they want to make a particular system and everything, they tend to bring in people that have not made those games sometimes, or if they do, there's something within the way that they make their games that either take way too long, which shocker a lot of the industry is doing right now, but when compared to something like Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, they kept on 80% of the team to work on the game, and so they knew how to work with the systems and everything like that. Whereas I think with going from like 15 to 16, for example, or who knows, probably going from like 12 to 13, based on some interviews I've seen, that doesn't seem to really be the case sometimes. So hopefully with whatever's going on with 17, they do that. So wish we got more Dragon Quest 12 news, dude. You and me both, but who knows what's gonna be happening with that for a while now. So because the parry and dodge, like Mario RPG and Mario, exactly, Mario and Luigi games, Mario RPG, they had that typical parry and dodge. My wife was playing Mario RPG on her Switch last year a lot. She beat that game twice, like 100% in that game. It's funny, my wife was never a gamer when I met her. Now she like 100% games right now. She's trying to go through catching every single Pokemon in Scarlet, and I'm just like, damn, is my wife a bigger gamer than I am? I think she is. So, again, it's not to take away from Expedition 33. Expedition 33 right now, still my game of the year. No questions asked. It is my game of the year easily. But to think that every single little thing that they did is somehow new and original, it's not. They took mechanics that have been made in the past and they made it their own in their unique way, combined with other elements, storytelling, characters, setting, the whole 9 yards. And that's what has made their game unique. The devs were allowed to make the game that they wanted, and their passion was seen in this game, especially with the size of the team that they had and the fact that they didn't have to answer to someone like an Ubisoft or an EA or anything like that. That's what should be commended here, that they did a fantastic job with that game. Not, hey, I did this one little gameplay mechanic called turn-based, and that's the reason this whole thing succeeded. No, I hate seeing that, and it's just not true. Just not. So, I like parry and the dodge mechanics. Also, dodges? What's the dodges? Speaking of Mario RPG, we got RPG remakes and brotherships. So do more than Switch 2. Yeah, I think we could easily see those on the Switch 2 and everything, whether it's in the form of an update or we get brand new games and everything like that. Wouldn't surprise me at all. I know it's funny, once my wife is done with Pokemon Scarlet, I know she wants to go do more back in Mario RPG, and then I think eventually she does want to do Mario and Luigi, if I remember correctly. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen there. I'll keep you updated online and everything, so make sure you follow us at Direct Gaming and everything. It should be definitely really interesting. But in terms of Final Fantasy 17, what I would personally like to see from them, in terms of gameplay, if it's just on the combat, I'm not talking about story, setting, or any of that stuff, just in terms of the combat, in terms of my personal preference, I love the Rebirth. Like Final Fantasy 7 remake / Rebirth. It's funny how much Rebirth improves upon remake. So I'm just gonna call it the Rebirth, but basically the 7R combat system, I think, is one of the best. I don't think it's going to go to 17 as much as I would personally love that, but I'm not going to hold it against Final Fantasy 17 if they don't do what I would prefer to do. I'm going to look at what kind of mechanics they make, and I'm going to then judge it based on that and everything. But I love the Rebirth system and everything. It's a combination of using your weapons, or you know whether it's you're playing as Barret, Tifa, Cloud, doesn't matter, having your main attacks, then going into the action commands, which slow down time considerably, using the materia system, and then also if you scan your enemies and do assists and everything, or assess to get the information where you actually do completely freeze time, I can play like a traditional RPG in terms of a turn-based system, because I can be like, okay, pause it, okay, let's see. You're weak to lightning and you're weak to ice. I've got ice on my sword, and I know that my partner over here, Barrett's got lightning. I gave him Thundara, and then also I know my comrade Yuffie over here can imbue lightning into her weapon and constantly deal lightning damage to you. So I'm gonna have you two go over here. I'm gonna constantly control you guys as much as I need to, switching between us. And I'm gonna have Cloud come over here and deal the ice damage to this guy, and we're just gonna kick some ass. All right, let's go. I love that system. Easily my favorite system in terms of any Final Fantasy game I have played. And I haven't played every single Final Fantasy. Like, I never played Final Fantasy 1 or 2, but I played a little bit of 3, played through 4, 5 I honestly just don't remember. 6 I played, 7 I played, 8 I tried to play, wasn't the biggest fan of some of the gameplay mechanics in there. 9 I played, 10 I played 10. I believe I played 10-2 or X2 technically. It was so long ago. Like, it's been a while. It has been a hot minute since I played that. 11 I did not play. Same with 12. 13 I did play. I played the first 13. I did not play the second two, the second game or the third game. 14's the online MMO. I did not get into that because I did not need to get just wrangled into an MMO that's gonna just destroy my life and nothing to it. 15 I played, wasn't the biggest fan of 15. 16 I absolutely loved. Obviously had some of its issues still, but I loved 16. Very fun game. And then 7 remake / rebirth. Absolutely love the gameplay. So, plus 7's story is absolutely amazing. Would actually Hey, this. But that's a topic for another day because I've got a 2-hour-long video coming out. But yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens with Final Fantasy 17. It should be interesting. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I want to play some games while I still talk with you guys. I want to play some more Ghost of Tsushima. So
Atsu returns to her childhood home with the push of a button. You can experience those cherished times.
you should be this. I need. Okay, the PlayStation's showing up. Awesome. All right, cool. I need to play it like this. So, I am interested to see though if they're gonna, it'd be really cool, honestly, in my personal opinion, if they made a Mario RPG 2. I think that'd be really cool. I would definitely like to see if they would do that because I know my wife would play that game like crazy. That would definitely be really cool and everything. So, do I have full arrows? I do. Let's go. My normal bow and arrow out for right now. I'm gonna follow you now. Yeah, I don't know if hiding in the village is the greatest thing to do there, ma'am. Let's get you out into the forest maybe where you can stay safe for a little bit. Let's defeat the bad guys, then come back to your home and rebuild. Okay. Sitting around here ain't gonna help you. So I really want to go under here and grab that stuff, but it's probably gonna like sink me. So you're not gonna do that just for the moment. So actually, Cujo, I do have or Leon, however you want, whatever name you want me to go by. I am curious, what was the first Final Fantasy game you ever played? Because it seems like you're definitely a big RPG guy. So what was your very first Final Fantasy game you ever played? I'm definitely curious. For me, I believe 8. 8 was the very first one I ever played. Then I went back and played 7. So I'm definitely interested to know what your first Final Fantasy game was. And if you want to as well, let me know what your favorite Final Fantasy game is. Because again, everyone has their own different opinions and everything that they like. So. Oh, is this where I get the grapple? Might be where I get the grapple.
作ることはできますが、じき猛虎が来るのでは。村は必ず守ってみせる。任せときな。火事の助手がいます。
Younger brother, you work on what you need. I'm gonna go take out a bunch of Mongols. Okay? Arrows to the face, swords to the face, you name it.
できてるみたいです。
Am I supposed to go? Oh, turn around. Okay. Man. Oh, well, now I can go under this thing and get all those materials I saw. Key bombs. Oh, there we go. Supplies. More supplies, the better. Oh. Okay, did not know the bad guys were here already. Oh, enemies nearby. Okay, so I gotta take out the enemies first. Yeah. Ooh. I always do it. All right, now they're all on alert, so I just gotta be a little more careful now. Yep. Okay. Is it only 2 enemies? Okay. Here we go. Rescue. Of course. I gotta go to the river. I'm not gonna stand off. They wait. Ooh. I expect him to do that. Okay. There we go. So much blood. What? I missed? Yep. Okay, shield dude. Ow. Oh boy. Come here, you. Okay, a double sword guy and a shield guy. Oh boy, hang on. Ow. There we go. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but I'll do it. Little messy, but overall not too bad. Okay, save the wife at the river, saved his daughter. The guy can go help Taka, and then maybe I can get a rope finally. That's what it's supposed to be doing. I'm not an Oni. All right, we going back up to the brother? Yeah, okay. Follow me. Oh, there you are. I was like, there's one more guy. Where is he? There we go. Items around here. Arrow. All right, follow me. Oh. Crap, I didn't hit him. Not good. What? How did that... I like nicked his neck. All right, R1 is... And you're freaking suffering right there, man. Healed guy. Okay. Love that combo. Just melts them. Go. Boom. Go. Okay. That should be everything. Take my arrows back. There we go. Okay. I got this one guy is over here just like walking around. He's like, yeah, yeah. Into the neck. Let's go. When the samurai's the better assassin. Following me? Good, they're following me. Okay. All right, right up here. All right, no more running off now. Give me my weapon, Taka.
生きてたか。このお方のおかげだ。恩に来ます。
猛虎が来る。ユナはどこだ。
川の向こうの一家を探しに行ったきり帰ってきません。
何？戻るまで火を入れるな。
Just when you think we can finally get what we need. Where are we going? Directly in front. Okay. I'm gonna go onto the roof because that's stuff. Alright, I hear you.
誰かを探しておるのか。
しくじったよ。川の向こう岸で捕まっちまった。あの人たちはタカを弟子にしてくれた恩人なんだ。
ならば捨ておけぬな。行くぞ。侍はどこだ。嘘をつくな。お前の仲間を悼むぞ。
侍なんて知らない。
村のやつ。
Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 on the outside, 1 on the inside. Got it. I could easily just take you out like this. And you know what we're gonna do? Longbow this guy. Not the... Oh, that doesn't... You guys didn't even see the dead guy. Okay, never mind. They take out normal arrows, and I was like, do you use a long arrow? I could just do this. That worked out a lot better than I thought. Oh, we got one guy over there still. Yeah, you're not alerting anybody else because it's literally you, buddy. you. I just cleaned my sword, man. Come on. Okay, can we not go off and rescue people anymore? I want my new weapon.
なんとか
Alrighty, stay close to me. Let's do this.
あの方は何者なの？
話せば長くなる。
殺し方がむごくて人じゃないみたい。
そうかもね。
Just let them all run by. No need to kill these guys. Okay. We're just going straight up there, aren't we? Yeah, just going right back up here. Alright. Off we go. Oh, that was easy. Do we fight them or do I just bring you guys back?
姉さん、心配させやがって。
Okay. Everyone's families are back. No one's trapped anywhere else? Okay.
その前に殺されるかも。
What are you making for me? Yeah, bad guys are coming. Hurry up. Oh. No. Oh, that was brutal. Right into the head. Almost sword guy. Yikes. I got you. Oh, dogs. Lovely. Oh, the dogs. Where the dogs come from? Ow. Shoot him in the leg. Are these technically dogs? I don't actually know. Oh, crap. Yeah, that was my fault. Boom! Hey, where are they? Oh, there you are. Go. Oh. Oh, there you are. Miss me. Oops. I'm not supposed to be hitting her. Shield, okay. Oh, you're actually smart. Okay. Right through the eye sockets. Got you. Okay. Love doing that. One of my favorite combos. And we killed the leader. So we're getting close to our final stance that we can get. And Jin is officially changing. This is still pretty early on in the story.
お侍様の戦い方じゃない。
何を申す。
お侍どころじゃないよ。このお方は猛虎を撃ち滅ぼすため。冥府から蘇り。
Yeah, this is that big thing with this whole game is looking at the old with the current, black and white. Like, that's been the story of this game, and especially what Jin feels inside and what's good, what's bad, and yeah. But for the most part, I mean, Jin is your typical like samurai. He's, you know, he doesn't show too much like crazy emotion or anything like that. It's a lot more held in, which is, you know, what was done back in then during that time, especially Japanese men and everything.
悪くないだろう。
And he's starting to see, you know, he's like, oh man, the path I'm going down. Yay. Checkpoint. Oh, I'm back here already?
侍は誉れを重んじると書で読んだ。それが己らと我らの違いよ。ならばなぜ我が兵は背後から切られている。堺は決してさような手を使わぬ。
Yeah, about that.
戦では化けの皮が剥がれる。ならば己は犬だな。不未来の下地でしか動けぬ哀れで臆病な犬だ。お前の老いも侍の道に背き、犬になるつもりのようだ。止めたくば大元国に下る。
Yeah, he's not wrong when the bad guy is right.
我らは本土襲来の手先となる。違うか。考えておくことだ。
That's a trap right there, folks.
それまで首がつながっていればな。たかが仕事を終えるまで叔父上をお助けにはいけぬな。ユナに話を聞いてみねば。
New gift is available. Yay. Okay. Ooh, lots of stuff popped up. What are you? New saddle available. Return to the monk. Okay. Oh, this is how I get the grapple hook. Got it. Okay. Well, let's go get the saddle, I guess, real quick. Going the right way? Yeah, I am. Just on the outskirts of the town over here. How do I get inside? Oh, the one spot I did not do. Okay, here we go. I cannot do my Ronin armor yet. I need way more supplies and more silk. Okay. That I'll get later. Okay. Wrapper. Oh, there you are. Okay. Sakai-sama.
私の名は玄宝。疲れた民を励まそうと努めております。良い心がけだな。
I said at the very beginning of the stream, but I'm really curious how they're going to handle the story with Ghost of Yotei. The moment I heard go throughout the open world however you want, we know stories suffer into some different levels and degrees when it comes to just letting the player go wherever they want. It's a cool feature to have, don't get me wrong, when it comes to just explore the world at your leisure, do what you want. I mean, definitely we've heard that with open world games since the beginning of time, essentially. But, you know, when you're looking at something like Elden Ring or like Tears of the Kingdom and everything, like that's kind of what everyone kind of points to, saying like, see, they did it really well. But one thing that those games don't have, or they not as good as you would hope, is the story suffers, again, to some degree. I point at Tears of the Kingdom. Some people will disagree with me. Bobby, looking at you. But when it comes to the story, where you can just kind of go at it however you want to, there's not a clear story to follow. And if you're a player who prefers a more story-driven game, then that can be a turnoff for you. It's not to say that it's bad, not to say that it's good or right or wrong or anything. It's just simply that style of story or game, essentially, is not for everybody. So that might turn a lot of people off from Ghost of Yotei. That may be combined with if it's just simply a revenge story the entire time, which again, I'm more inclined to have a little bit of faith in Sucker Punch because they've done so well with character stories and everything throughout the years that most likely it's not just going to be revenge story and that's it. So plus you also have to kind of remember when it comes to that direct and everything, they didn't show us everything. There's still lots of stuff that they're going to keep hidden to surprise us and everything. That's normal. The whole point of a trailer or a state of play or anything is to tease you, get you interested, and then show you the rest of it when you actually play the game. Now, if this is not to your liking, if you did not like Ghost of Tsushima and you needed Ghost of Yotei to be this radically big new thing, then guess what? This game's not going to be for you. It's just not going to. Like it is technically a sequel, but it's improving upon the stuff from Ghost of Tsushima into Ghost of Yotei. The character / story is going to be different. Yeah, that's easy to see. But overall, it's not going to be, you know, this huge drastic change or anything. It was never going to be that. So just, you know, something to keep in mind right there. I wanted to upgrade. There you are. I was like, where's that trapper? Yeah. Because I want to upgrade my pouch and everything. Explosive arrows or my I know my kunais actually. Go with the kunais. I think, yeah, 5 will be the max. I like kunais are very helpful in combat. So I don't need to upgrade my armor because I prefer the outfit that I have right now. I think I gave him some banners. There's obviously a lot more banners I still have to get. Simple armor upgrades. I want to go do... Oh, no, I need to get the grapple first. So I might as well just go do the next story bit.
足立殿も手を貸してくださったらしい。建物の弱みを見つける際もあり、槍川の反乱の折も尽力された。さようなことが教えてくださり恩に来ます。あなた様のご助力ありがたく存じます。
Oh, I did that one already. I was like, no, I did that already. I remember doing that. Oh, that's a Legends guy. I don't need that right now. Ah, there you are. I was just like, wait, where is she? Oh, she's right there. Okay.
俺の話を広めておるな。
聞きたい言葉を言ってやるのさ。噂は広まってるよ、クロードの。
お主が言い始めたデタラメではないか。
クロードの力を信じてみんな村に残ってんだ。
武士の力ではないのだな。
武士と
He's still the innocent samurai. He is still the innocent samurai. But as we've played through the game, that starts to change.
どうかな。
どうかな。
仕事に精を出してるよ。あんたのために必死だ。
様子を見に行くとするか。
Do I need to go?
志村様を助けるのに手を貸してくれる人は見つかった？
まあな、石川先生と足立政子殿が生きておいでだ。お二人とも人を追っていらっしゃるが、ご助力くださる。
年寄りの弓取りとやもめの武士、それで足りるの？
菅笠衆にも会いに行った。頭は古い馴染みであったぞ。
じゃあ人手は十分に集まったんだ。
お主はどうする？
さあね。
さあね。
誰か手を貸してくれ。
任せな。タカに会って話は後で。
酒井様、打ち終わりました。
お待たせしてすみません。
Alright, got my grapple hook now.
縄の先に鉄の鍵を仕込みました。壁登りや谷渡りに役立つかと。
丈夫なのか？
手前で試しました。大染めを鍵縄です。
鍵縄。
良いものだな。借りができた。い
え、とんでもない。俺は姉さんと家と鉄だけで満足なので。
痛み入るぞ。
ジン、どこにいる？
竜蔵。
ジン、出てこいよ。誰か武士を見てねえか。ここにいるんだろ。
Right here. What's wrong?
四方を探し回ったんだぞ。仲間が猛虎に捕まっちまった。
叔父上の救出が難しくなるな。
ジン、手を打たないと仲間がやられちまう。おじごも囚われのままだぞ。
場所は
矢立砦の近くだ。
よし、わかった。策を考えてみよう。
Funny enough, or interesting little tidbit. If you ever watched One Piece, Zoro's voice actor does the voice for Jin in the Japanese dub of this game. Which fits. It fits.
どこかわかるか？
ああ、実は砦の中の檻だ。
砦は崖の上。いかにして助けるつもりだ？
戦える奴はまだ残ってる。
近くの四つ地で待たせてんだ。
足りると良いがな。行くぞ。
All right, I'm following you.
手下はなぜ捕まった？
あの地図覚えてるか？
補給路が記されておったな。飯はあったか？
ああ、万兵付きだったけどな。
なれど精鋭を連れておったのだろう。
まんまと生け捕りにされちまった。逃げ延びたのは俺だけだ。
Yeah, if your best man can barely handle food stocks, what chance do they have at helping us with rescuing somebody in a castle? Just saying.
このまま浪人をやめてはどうだ？
好きでやってるわけじゃねえ。刀比べで負けたからだよ。
ああ、長尾家の刀比べ。それがどうかしたのか？
覚えてるか？受けの連中が刀比べを見に来てたんだ。それなのにお前は本気で打ってきて腕が折れかけたぞ。
すまん。初の試合であったゆえつい浮かれてしまったのだ。
そうだろうさ。あの刀比べで地頭様の甥子に皆会いたがった。
そんなつもりはない。
生まれのいいお前と違って俺はあの刀比べで腕前を見せてどこかの武家の老頭になろうと狙ってたんだ。
俺のところに来れば話を通してやったものを。
お前に頭を下げろって？嫌だね。俺は一人でどうにかしたかった。
なぜ早く言わなかった？
なんでだろうな。お前、お松でクロードと呼ばれてたぞ。酒井様より出世したな。
どうした？お前より流し入れて不満か？
Oh, Ghost is going to become the normal name for me. I definitely play this game a lot more stealth-like than most people probably do. Not going to the castle, I know that much. Oh, we're meeting up with his men. Got it.
ヒロと心臓は
逃げた。もう戻らんだろうな。
あいつら逃げただと。俺の苦労が水の泡かよ。
捕まった手下を救うならこの数で十分。
戦や病や上で死んだ奴はいても逃げる奴など。
弱いのだ。お前に非はない。
他に逃げたい者は？よし、落ち着いてくれ。時期暗くなる。出発はできそうか？
手立ては道中で話そう。
よし、てめえら行くぞ。矢立て砦。仲間はあそこに。
Oh, yeah, this fort. Okay. I vaguely remember this one, but I do remember a giant one being on a cliff. Then I get to use my new grapple.
砦に入る道は一つだが守りが固い。忍び込まねばならぬだろう。崖の見張りが手薄だ。崖を登り壁を越えよう。
何？お前は猿か？
猿か？
役立つ兵具がある。手下は任せろ。うまくいけばのろしを上げる。攻め入りの合図だ。
猛虎を挟み撃ちってわけか。見ろ、やはり策があったな。
Do I climb it over here? Or do I have to go up here? There we go. Okay, I was just like, what part do I go? There we go. That's something I hope they fix a little bit more in the next game is sometimes they'll tell you something to do, but then it's like, no, okay, do that, but go a little bit more, then it'll change. Okay, here we go. R2. Game. I pressed R2. That was a fail. Okay. He's changing. He's like, I could take people on just one-on-one, but I got this thing that just lets me go around and just in the back. God, anyone who says this game looks crap is just ugh. One of the most beautiful games in the last decade, I would say. Easily. No questions asked. Thank you for... Oh, I have to grapple that. Okay. And thank you for allowing a nice section to really get used to the grapple before taking us into combat game. A lot of games will just be like, hey, use it twice and then you're done. More leather. I can use more. Yeah, I saw one bad guy. Yeah, one guy over there, but I'm one guy over there. Okay. Ow. That's not what I wanted to do, but okay. Oh, shit. I didn't think they'd see that. Sorry. I'm not a ninja. And now those two. My bad. I'm not a real ninja, okay? I believe there's a bear in here. Yeah, there's a bear. Oh, I'm totally gonna let the bear run wild. Anything up there I need to know? Nope. Okay. I gotta get really fast at this. There we go. He's out of the cage finally. Now go wander over there. No. I'm gonna go up here. Yeah, there you go. There, good boy. Good boy. Okay, I know I can't tame you, but go on. Shoot. Go. Kind of in the wrong area. You know what? I wonder if I could do this. There we go. One bear versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Mongols. Let's see what happens. Oh. Well, that didn't go the way I wanted it to. Not the way I wanted it to do this, but you know what? I tried something, didn't work out, but I thought the bear would last a little longer. Ow! I can't help you. We'll get all this stuff right. There we go. Oh! Yeah, yeah, exactly, Jordan. That bear sure helped out. No, okay, so if you've ever just been wandering in the wilds and everything and you run into a bear attacking some people and everything, I've seen bears just like toss entire little, not gonna call it full armies, but like if there's 4 to 5 guys, that bear tosses them like no tomorrow. I send a bear out into here, dies in a second. Like, come on, bear. Jeez, what is your first time out here? Oh, God. That bear did nothing. Maybe bears are going to be better in Yotei. But the good thing is now I get the 5 hides from it. So, or 6 actually this time. Nice. All right. So before we continue on with any story beats, always collect your stuff, people. Always collect the stuff that you get from these tents because it's amazing stuff that you get. Are there any more? There's a couple guys over there still. Oh, it's a bee nest. I was like, another bear. You get to redeem your long lost brother who's dead already. But that's not the case. Ah. Oh, geez, there's a lot more bad guys over here. Jeez. I'm like, okay, what do we got? 2, 3 more? Nope. Nuh-uh. Nope. There are a lot more. Did I hit the bees? Thought I did. Yeah, okay, the bees are gone. Okay, bees are going crazy. Good. You know, the animals are not doing what I need the animals to do. Bears failed me. The bees have failed me. What's next? You know what? I will. I'll take them out one at a time. I mean, why not? Can't hurt. What? God. Got plenty of kunai. That's good. Can I make it up before they see me? Apparently not. Trying to go up, but apparently it wouldn't let me. There we go. All right, there are a lot of guys around here. I want to take them all out. Okay, that guy's most likely to come back, so I'm just going to wait. Very slow way of playing the game, but I like it. We're not alerting anybody. Your body is right by the grass behind the haystack. I missed my chance with that guy. But I took out his pal, so that's all that matters. So you know what? Go drink real quick. Some lovely peach Japanese blend craft. Right there. Nothing like waiting to kill your enemies. Taking down a nice drink. All right, there we go. Okay, incoming. In 3, 2, 1. You know what I can do? I can that. Headshot. That worked. Sticky bomb. Okay. Oh shit. Luckily, he was walking away. Oh, they could see him that way. I didn't know they could see it in there. Okay. And luckily that guy up there does not see him. Okay. Whew. I gotta be very careful with this guy. I still got one of these. Does the horn outdo the thing? I hope not. Oh, it does. Damn it. You don't see anything. I thought he was going back up there. Right, time to let these guys out.
無事のようだな。
なんとか。
誰かの下につくより自由の身でどうやって入った？戦に備えろ。打点だ。
In here I can take. Yeah, that's where I killed the original guy. Came in this way, and there's 3 guys left. Perfect. Now the real question is, there's another bear. There's another bear. There's another bear. There's another bear. Do I let the bear out? I kind of want to. All right, he'll probably see the dead body. No. Wow, I'm shocked. Okay. I honestly thought he'd see it. But this is good. All right, Bear, you get a redemption. Oh, I didn't get it. I gotta wait for him to go back because I wouldn't have enough time. Yeah, see, I wouldn't have had enough time right there. All right, Bear, I want you to at least take one of these guys out, okay? That's all I'm asking. Not too much. And then once we take the bear out, then I can release the other 2 guys because I don't want to kill the guys we're trying to, yeah. Come on, bear. All right, you know what we're gonna do? No, I don't have any more wind chimes. Ah. Air. Air's failed me. Air has failed me. God damn it, bear. Woo. Good bear. Now stay over there. Ah! Come on, bear. There, got a nice, juicy, big guy over there. All right, the bears officially failed me. Cool, dude. I know what Yotei are. I think you mean Yotei is. I mean, again, did you really expect Yotei to be so different from Ghost of Tsushima? It's a sequel. Bears failed me officially. Alright, I'm just gonna double assassinate these guys here. Oh, in a second I will. So, again, if you're somebody who did not like Ghost of Tsushima, you're not gonna like Ghost of Yotei. That's shocker, I know. It's like, I didn't like God of War 2018. Will I like God of War Ragnarok? Probably not. Just saying. And joink. Double assassination. Unfortunately, the bear still failed. What other Mongols do I have to defeat? I killed them all. What other Mongols? Okay, fine. If there's none of them there, so who's the heck? Oh, this one archer guy? Okay, fine. Alright. Sure, I guess. Do you have anything for me? No? You could have at least refilled my arrows. Okay, bro. I think I pretty much got everything I could possibly think of, so. I don't know why we're setting the alarm off. Let's just open the gate and claim it's ours now. Might as well take one of them down because they're just going to come in swords ablazing. Yep. Woo. There are a lot of people around here. Ow. Go. I'm getting you. Calm down, jeez. Any supplies you can give me? Yes, you can. How about you? Any supplies? Yes, I can. Nope, even more supplies! Give me some supplies! I'm blind. Can't see. Who's left? Oh, there's just one guy over here. There we go. There we go.
いつ迎えが来るか仲間と賭けをしてたんです。負けちまった。酒は持ってきたよな。
一体どういうことだ。さっぱり意味がわからねえ。
どうした？
猛虎はうまい飯をくれたってよ。それだけじゃねえ。拷問もなしだ。そりゃ歌も許す。
Oh, weaving the deceiving then.
どうしてあいつらに飯を食わせる？
見返りを求めたのやもしれん。
助かったよ。あいつらは。
Yeah, gee, I wonder what that means. They treated their prisoners well for a little bit. What could happen after that? I wonder. Yeah.
小松でユナに会わなければ。
Sweet, 2 tech points. I think there's one ghost ability I really wanted. Where are my techniques? One of them costs 2. This one? Yeah, reduce the concentration cooldown by 30%. That'd be really handy to have. Anything in here? Smoke. That could be handy as well. I don't really use firecrackers for one additional. Twice as much damage. Actually, maybe I don't need this concentration just yet, because I'm not really in a bow fighting competition yet. Ooh, yeah, that actually might do. Auto resolve after using a parry. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. We'll go with this one. Then let's grab. Maybe we'll just leave one for now. Standoff. After a successful standoff, one enemy will rush in and open themselves up for a killing blow. Oh, it's a double essentially. Yeah, why not? I don't mind double. What's this one? 2 enemies. Okay, so basically triple kill. Right on, I'm all for it. What can I... Oh, oh yeah, because the bears. The bears failed me. The bears. All right. Well, I think with that, guys, I'm actually going to call it for a stream. We've been live for a couple hours over here on the channel, so... thank you so much for everyone, though, that stopped by. It was fun chatting about Final Fantasy 17. Is it going to go to back to turn-based? Is it going to be action? What's it going to be? Fun talking about Ghost of Yotei. Again, you can think whatever you want about the game. But please watch it properly. Do not watch it on a compressed phone screen and call it bad. Please. That's all I'm saying, okay? That's all I'm going to say. So, anyway, with that being said, though, I've been Tallen Enjoy Gaming. Thank you so much for dropping by the stream, or if you're watching this in video format later on, thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to like, leave your comments down below, and of course, sub to the channel. And we hope to see you in the future streams, which we stream every Friday, and lots of videos, obviously. So, until next time, though, thank you so much for stopping by. Yane.